how to have character, how to have consistency, how to have discipline. And it's a guidance and a gift from Allah to guide a servant, because when we talk we should understand what guidance is. So when Sharia people are listening, they should hear our talk on how kindergarten level Sharia is. You didn't accomplish anything, you definitely didn't impress anyone, and if you made 10 times your Hajj and only at a Sharia level, then that's unfortunate for you. And the packages are geared towards non-faith people. They're packaged by people whom don't have faith. They put 2 days if anything in Madinatul Munawwarah and like 10 days in Mecca. And they try to convince you, you don't need to go to Medina. Just maybe just go for like an hour into Medina and go out. That equals that. Before everybody had to stay the minimum 9 days and there are 45 to 50 rakahs. It was just a given. And you had to go to visit Rabb al-Bayt, and that Prophet to give his du'a upon you that your ziyarah to be accepted, your hajj to be accepted, and that my nazar be upon you and my support be upon you to complete and fulfill what Allah has asked of you. And this is the levels of faith and the realities of guidance. So the reason Allah has us going is there's a soul inside the holy Kaaba. At all times it's one of the central command centers, like a nucleus that you have. Because everything Allah shows us, maybe at some point in time people would understand. It's symbolic for an analogy why Allah gave us to have a Kaaba, make tawaf, and one day we would understand outside and inside. Outside, then these big awliya who were making their tafakkur and contemplation and realized that, wow, there's an entire galaxy, and that galaxy has a sun and has planets circumambulating. So it means that the sun, and the Muslims were teaching the people whom didn't have belief that the light is always superior, the energy of the sun is dressing all the planets, and as a result, because they knew Hajj, all the planets must circumambulate the light. Means the form must circumambulate the light. Sifat ar-Rahman is the form, is the seen world. Ar-Rahman al-Arsh istawa. Everything in the seen world is under the command of Ar-Rahman. That attribute controls the seen world. But the importance of why we're going for the Kaaba is the energy that people are not seeing. So it means you're bringing your physicality into the seen realm, and from the unseen there are lights emanating, and those lights are dressing and blessing the soul, and as a result Allah wants us to perform our Hajj and Umrah. And the awliya who were based on tafakkur and contemplation, they understood and they were teaching the world that the sun is dressing the planets, not the planets dressing the sun. The photon of the sun dresses everything in this galaxy, and then there are suns that dress our galaxy and galaxies until there's a center sun, a tariq, pistol star that dresses everything in the known created universes. So they were understanding, this was the marifah of Hajj. The knowledges they were bringing out of realities, they understood that that's why Allah has us making Hajj, was an example. On the outside I show you and in the inside I'll show you. Upon the horizon look at your planets, they are all making Hajj around the sun, so it means everybody makes Hajj. Everybody, every creation. Rabbil Alameen or Rabbil Kafireen, it doesn't matter. Rabbil Mu'mineen, everything is making Hajj around the sun. All the planets are all moving. And the light is superior. So it means the reason we do spiritual practices because the light is superior, and whom have control over their form, they direct their form always to the light. If they don't have control of the form, it never seeks the actions of light. Why do I have to go there? Don't feel like it. Why don't I go to the mall? It's funner. It's not easy to command your donkey to go towards the light, because a donkey wants something fun, something enjoyable. That's why Allah has us make ziyarat, make pilgrimage, go do khidmat, go do a service. Why? Because our life is continuously moved towards the light. If you have a choice in life to move towards dunya or towards the light, I go to a movie or I sit and do my zikr. I go for ziyarat or I go out and whatever. I go for umrah or I go to Hawaii. Every choice we make in life is either for a form that has no relevance, has absolutely no dress upon you, and becomes wasted time, wasted funds and a wasted life. Every now and then no problem, but this example they give to us is our life is a continuous hijrah of choosing the light. Every time I move towards the light, I'm moving towards an energy field. If I meditate I can feel it, I can feel entering into that field and I can feel the dress of that energy dressing. Then I train on how to send my energy always into that field, because I understood that the greater attribute controls the other attribute. The inner light and light controls the form. When Allah says, I won't change your condition, means I won't change anything in the realm of Rahman until you change what's within yourself. So yourself is under what command? Rahim. It means in Surah Yasin we are at now, Yasin wal Qur'an al Hakim, innaka liminal mursaleen ala siratal mustaqim tanzil azizur rahim. Means by all that Allah swore on, by Yasin, wisdom, Qur'an, all these powers, all these knowledges, now is the power source flowing. Tanzil azizur rahim. It's coming to you not from Rahman, but it's coming to you from Sifat of Rahim. Ra, Hay, Mim. Within the Ra is Hay from the oceans of Hayat and power. Mim is a Muhammadan reality. So Sifat of Rahim is the governing attribute of Allah for the world of light, and that attribute is the dress that commands the world of form. If your Rahim is not strong, you are not going to accomplish what was necessary to accomplish in Sifat ar-Rahman. Means that the world of form will overtake me if the power within my soul is not powered. If I don't bring enough juice to my soul, my body will be victim to any energy field that comes. And who's the most apparent energy field? Is shaitan. Tap into your head, tap into this, tap into that, and they go. But to tap in to the heavens requires a special energy training, requires a discipline and character, and that's why Allah brings the sharia, bring the laws and disciplines. Why? That teach kindergarten how to behave. Hey, don't hit that child, don't hit each other, take your paint and share nicely. And then all of a sudden you come after a year of kindergarten, oh they're very nicely behaving. With good character and good behavior, then Allah opens now, open the understanding that if your world of malakut and the world of light and the world of your soul is not powered and not powered sufficiently to control your form, you never make the right choices. You don't show up, you don't do, you don't contribute, you don't serve, nothing. And you think it's just from the world of form and choices we make, but it's completely irrelevant. It's the fact that you don't have any inner energy and inner power, and as a result of no inner power your outward form can be powered by anything casting into you, and you're not wired. You know, to be hardwired by Allah is a process, and that's why they're teaching tafakkur, contemplation, love of Sayyidina Muhammad. Why? Because this is heart of Qur'an teaching us now Tanzila Azizur Rahim. Tanzila because there is no direction in the heavens, but for us to understand that tanzila means coming to you. People want to think, oh it's coming from above, but there's no above and there is no below in the direction of the heavens, but it's coming to you from Sifat ar-Rahim, from the oceans of al-Hayat. This is a governing attribute of power in the heavens. As a result of that dress, the practices and all that they're teaching, the energy of the soul becomes powered. When the soul has power, all the body's choices become correct. Because now you're a light bulb with the right energy and you're luminous. Imagine if you had a light bulb that's not wired and you don't know where the energy is coming from. Is somebody like casting an energy into that? Because it's not wired, so I don't know how that's glowing, and that becomes 99.9999% of people whom are no longer giving practices to their soul, only thinking physical, and as a result their souls are powerless, oppressed by the oppression of the physicality, and as a result their physicality will begin to make all the wrong choices. And that's why when we started all of this is based on the door. The ears are a door to the soul. Who stands at the ears of the servant is going to be controlling the movement of that door. That's why shaitan, he yokes his servants. Some have these big hoops in their ears, men. They're not even wearing earring, they're wearing a big hoop where they pull the skin and put it. Why? Because shaitan wants to show even more, oh I really have this guy's ears. So means that everything is fighting for the ears of the servant. If shaitan governs that door, he will hand it to Dajjal, and that's why he's fought for that door. But as a result, following the nation of Sayyidina Muhammad, the way of Prophet was samina wa ata'na. I took a path in life to I hear and I obey. My life is to hear and obey. Hear my inner conscience, hear my reality from Sifat ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Sifat ar-Rahim, that my attribute, my soul in the Divinely Presence, what is it commanding to me and what is it that Allah wants from me. Wa tanzilu azizur rahim, that tanzila, your knowledges, your information and your coordinates will be coming from your heavenly connection and heavenly source. That's why you learn to connect to the power. Everything about tafakkur is to sit and contemplate, to connect to the Rahim, the servants of Sifat ar-Rahim, whom they are energy beings on this earth teaching people connect back to the heavens. All their talks are about connect back to the heavens. Everyone else's talks is about the dunya, and dunya very vague. Wash like this, do like this, talk like this, all the sharia talks. They're for us considered dunya, because most focus on the body, like this, like that, www, wudu, what was it? Women, how many times to get married, how to get wudu, and what was the rest? We call them www guys. Huh? Weddings, women and wudu. Means everything superficial at the level of the physicality. But this way is based on how to bring energy to the soul, how to make the connection to the soul, and as a result Allah grant to us to reach to the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad, in which to be dressed by these lights, blessed by these lights. That very connection of energy is what makes us to illuminate, have lights, have guidance, have understanding, and give those coordinates to the physicality. The lack of that then makes all the wrong choices. So people think that they can blame their physicality, oh I was like this, it was like that, I was like this, it was like that. But it's not that. The real sickness is that you don't have enough power on your soul, and as a result of not having power on the soul, your body is making all the wrong choices from a different energy source. And when you have a lot of power on your soul, it governs the physicality, and the physicality is subject to the soul, and that's what's important. That's the Divinely system, Tanzila Azizur Rahim. Allah giving to us from the secret of Surat Yasin that your power's inside of you to control your outer existence. If what you don't like outside of you, its solution is inside of you, not outside. And that goes back to the verse where Allah said, don't change the condition of a people, because everybody just wants to change the outside and nobody wants to do any connection and work on the inside, but they just don't like their condition. And that very condition exists Because Allah doesn't care about your outside. So I gave you time on this earth so that you would come, energize your soul, pick up all the realities you were supposed to, all the stations you were supposed to be dressed by, and then I take you back into paradise with stations and realities and dresses. Otherwise you lived, you died and achieved nothing, and now what you're supposed to go back with? Like an empty ticket, baggage with no gifts in it? Say, where were you? What did you do out there? I forgot why I was sent. You came back with absolutely nothing for the self. That's a wasted life and a wasted visit, a wasted time in which Allah had given to us. There's a purpose of our existence, that this existence was to achieve those lights, and as a result your rank would be higher than angels. Why? Because you would enter a realm of choices and you can make all the wrong choices or all the right choices. And with those lights and those blessings, and if you were fortunate enough to reach to a Muhammadan haqqaiq, the most praised nation and the most praised soul in all of existence, then that's an immense gift that you take for all of eternity back into the heavens. And you are victorious in Allah's eyes. This is the opening in which Allah describes is a great opening, inna fatanaka fatan mubina. Fatan mubin means a great victorious victory is not related to the physical world but it's related to the soul, that I open for you an immense opening. Why? Because you achieved those lights, you achieved those realities and you were able to enter in through the door of the reality of Muhammadun Rasulullah. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon wa salaamun alal mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Bi hurmati Muhammad al-Mustafa bi siri Surat al-Fatiha.